welcome you to Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots welcome today the New York Jets. The wild card weekend continues. The Jets beat them here in November. The rivalry between these two is almost 100 games old, but it's never been as intense as it is going into this one today.
Under some pressure. Let's go! Let's go! The Patriots
has done it.
Watch out! Look at him go! Nice! Oh my! Beautiful! Steps up. There he goes! And it's caught! Dillon breaks free. Picked up! Where did that come from? Touchdown! That's what the Patriots want to do. A throw. Still running. Off and running. Oh my! That's a strike. Powers it in. That was an outstanding play. That was a pass. For a touchdown. The players and coaches told us during the week, Tom Brady is throwing lasers. And against the blitz, where do you attack it? Where's the safest spot? It's towards the sideline. And he has the arm strength to get it done. And Bill Belichick, who doesn't throw praise around hardly at all, said to us on Friday, our passing game is looking good. And so far, it's looked very good. Not picking up that first down to stop one of their drives.
Well, that one where Gaffney stepped back, he had the first on the third down catch, stepped back and ended the drive. Got a pass formation on first down. Brady again zips it. And this time it's over to Rashay Caldwell with Poteet on the coverage. You were talking about the zip and throwing lasers. Talking about Brady. He's had a little tune-up here late in the year with his personal body mechanic, Alex Guerrero, coming in from Salt Lake City.
Well, you know, it's helped him. He says his arm, his body, it's never felt better. And I just go, well, of course, in this day and age, everything that's involved, you should always do whatever you can to make things better on your body.
Second down and 4, and that's Maloney patiently waiting for something to open. It's about halfway to the first down before Robertson gets to him and Vilma.
I asked the guy, Tom, could you send the guy to give you a tune-up?
I need it.
Tom Brady goes, oh, there's not enough time. That
not enough cash.
No, that body needs too much work.
Well, you know, people don't realize this. I was informed when I found out that we're talking about sometimes 4 or 5 hours of massage and deep tissue work.
They're body mechanics, Jim. That's what they are, and it does make a difference. I noticed it in Tom Brady at practice.
Now look at this, just forging ahead, plowing ahead. That so often works for them.
They're good at
yardage. Brady picks up the first down.
It's automatic. They have it in their offense. Anytime it's third in a situation, even sometimes it's 2nd and 5, and look at that. He knew exactly where he's going, gave himself a little separation from the offensive line, and he gets in there, and that's how you run a quarterback sneak.
That was behind Copen and Neal. I've never seen that not work for Brady. So first down, looking left and going long. Chad Jackson, rookie, trying to bring it down, but got tangled with David Barrett, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, the pass was short. Brian Thomas hit Tom Brady. That's why it came up short, about 5 yards down the field. On the outside, can't step into it, but an excellent job. That's what you want as a quarterback, for your receiver to knock it down when it's underthrown. Don't give up the interception.
I'm going to tell you, you saw Brian Thomas dancing with Brady to the ground, and also a stellar effort there by Jackson to take away an interception try by Barrett. Now here's the pass on that right side again, and that's Benjamin Watson with the catch with Poteet guarding him.
I got to say this, when we watch practice, you know, I go, okay, how many times are you going to throw it out there short to the right?
We've seen that just kind of follow right on through with the game plan here today.
Yeah, and listen, boys, that a great throwing motion. There's a reason why he's accurate and has power. He steps, he turns, he's got it all going, winds it up, torques it up, just like you'd hit a golf ball. That's why he can throw it long and he can throw it straight and accurate.
The closing seconds of the first quarter. Oh, he's almost picked off. Diving bid by Kerry Rhodes. Boy, did he cover some ground.
If you keep throwing these short ones outside, you know, the defense is going to get into the rhythm of what's going on, and it's just a little bit of a hesitation by Tom Brady, and the break by Rhodes almost leads to a huge interception.
So they have to call on the services for a second time. Todd Sauerbrunn. They got pressure on him. Either they get it away. Jets try to clear out, and it bounces out inside the 20. Now right near the 20-yard line. That was C.J. Mosley trying to get the Sauerbrunn. Almost did. Tomorrow, CSI Miami. These detectives have dedicated their lives to hunting down killers, but this time the killer may be right beside them. This is the first new CSI Miami of 2007, and it's tomorrow on America's #1 network. One more snap here in the quarter.
Jim, you notice Chad Pennington, after that time he got beat up a little bit, he's put a rubber sleeve on his left arm just to kind of compact those muscles and make it feel a little better.
Comeback player of the year. Banged up in this game, having to sit down one snap. And go with the draw with Washington. And that'll be good for about 3 to close out the quarter. 7-0 New England. The only 7-3 New England with Dillon running it in from 11 yards out. You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. Second quarter getting underway in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Dillon with the touchdown on the first drive for New England. Jets score after a fumble recovery, 28-yard field goal by Nugent. Brad Smith back in the lineup, shifting to the right side. On 2nd and 7, Pennington wanting to go to him, now just throws it away. Gully Banta Kane, we keep mentioning his name, and again, he put pressure on Pennington.
Yeah, you know what it is, Jim. You talked about it. Brad Smith comes in motion. The antennas go up. He's going to throw it to him, but look at the attacking defense. Everybody comes up. Nowhere for Chad Pennington to throw it to Brad Smith. Really good decision just to throw it away.
Smith still in the game, lined up along left side. Along that left side with Hobbs on the coverage. Immediate flag on 3rd and 7. Open man. It's Cotchery outracing the secondary. Cotchery taken off. Sanders has the angle, but unable to get to him in time. It's a touchdown, pending the flag.
It must be on the Patriots.
Offsides. Defense number 93.
Wow.
Penalties decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
Second time this year, Cotchery breaks a long one against New England. He outraces Artrell Hawkins and Vrabel. Sanders made one last bid, but wasn't able to get him.
Up to just right up the seam for Jericho Cotchery. Gets behind the first wave of defense in front of the safeties. And Chad Pennington says one of the keys to get our skilled players, spread them out, because one of the Patriots, they're big, they're bullies, they're not what you would call a fast defense, so make them play in space.
What a turnaround as the Jets managed 32 yards in the first quarter, but this one alone goes for 77 and the lead. Jericho Cotchery, who emerged as a star this year, had only 25 catches his first 2 seasons. This year, 82 receptions.
Well, you know, his story is that Eric Mangini came in and said all jobs are open. Usually it's just talk. Eric Mangini meant it, and Jericho Cotchery came in and won a job.
Cotchery was a receiving star at NC State. His quarterback was Phillip Rivers. He would love to see Rivers on the field next week in the next round. And that's Maroney fielding it and setting up New England in excellent starting position across the 40.
Well, how do you get a touchdown against this defense so easily? Here's Cotchery, goes up the field. Nobody hits him and slows him down. And then the safety, Artrell Hawkins, does not make the play to keep it from going for the touchdown. Usually when you play a defense that's safe, you're willing to give up if they can complete that 15-yarder, but you expect your safeties to make the tackle to stop such a big, explosive touchdown.
That was the longest pass play in Jets postseason history. High stepping out of bounds, it's Dillon. In fact, for Cotchery, it's his third reception of the season in excess of 40 yards, and all of them have been against New England. Caught a touchdown here and a game at home as well. So all three matchups this year, he's been in the end zone against New England.
So many things you can talk about when you talk about the Jets, how they turned it around. Of course, you got to give the coaches a lot of credit, the players, and you know, Jim, but also the explosive plays, finding ways to let their skill guys make plays like we just saw with Jericho Cotchery.
So after 3 by Dillon, 2nd and 7. Caldwell just lowers it and gets within a yard of the first. Poteet and Thomas tackle. That first meeting, remember the Jets were down 24-0 and they stormed back. Had a Hail Mary attempt at the end of the game. Cotchery, well, the Patriots thought he was down. He, in fact, was not. And off he goes for a touchdown. Some 70 yards. Today, 77. 3rd in the yard to go. Dillon looking for that yard and able to shake off the tackle that would have stopped him short. Broke away from David Barrett. And they've got a first down in Jet territory.
Well, you know, Corey Dillon, after that fumble, I don't know, he's probably looking for somebody to hit. He's going to take his frustrations out. He always runs hard, but maybe even a little harder now.
I'm talking about how we visited with him on Friday, and something he's echoed a couple of times since he became a Patriot 3 years ago. This is 3rd season. My whole career, I just wanted to be one of the guys, not the guy. Loved it here in New England. Brady down the field. Gaffney incomplete. Almost pulled in by Jabbar Gaffney.
That's one thing when you play the Patriots, the play is never over. The hand fighting at the end is what really stopped Jabbar Gaffney from making his catch. And a lot of that hand action was him pushing back. And a little bump at the end throws him off balance, and it causes him to drop a touchdown pass.
2nd down and 10. Brady this time. Watson. And that's the former Patriot Matt Chatham, 11-game playoff veteran at New England. Now a Jet. Chatham chasing him out of bounds. 3rd and 6 on the way.
Well, I know it's still early, but the Patriots, the way they're running their offense and everything, it's kind of settled this Jet defense down. So far this series, kind of sitting back in coverage, not blitzing, but on 3rd downs, all those things, all bets are off. Jets are going to be creative.
Again, 3rd and 6. Snap from the Jets, 37. Pressure from behind. Somehow they didn't get Brady, and he's got open room for the first down. I don't know how they missed him, but he gets all the way to the 25-yard line.
I think they miss him, Jim, because whoever got there first is trying to knock the football out of his hands.
It's Vilma.
It's Vilma. Instead of, oh, he went for to knock it down, and Tom Brady, 2 hands on the football. Good presence in the pocket as usual. Steps up and gets a big first down.
And that equals his longest run in playoff action. And this is his 12th playoff game. It went for 12 yards. So timeout, New York Jets, with the Patriots driving down a field goal.
And by Universal Pictures' Smokin' Aces, 7 hitmen, 1 target. In theaters January 26th.
Jim Nance and Phil Simms back here at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots have won 8 consecutive home playoff games. That's going back to 1997. Of course, their early playoff performances, there just weren't any. So dismal. Their only loss was back in '78, a home playoff game. The Houston Oilers beat them back then. But 8 wins in the last 10 years. Brady's never lost at home either. But he trails at this point, second quarter. On the move at the New York 26. Pump fake left, going right. Looking for Watson and over his head. Well guarded. No, they say a flag. Too closely guarded by Poteet.
One thing we are seeing, the Patriots are ready for the blitz.
Pass interference. Defense number 31. Cut off, not playing the ball. Spot foul, automatic, first down.
And what was it Tom Brady talked about, how the Jets have their, quote, own style. Talk about that defense.
Well, here's the penalty. Hank Poteet facing the receiver, never lets him run his route. He's in the way, face guarding. There's a lot of infractions right there. But the Jets, they have their own style, like you said, about blitzing, and it made the Patriots come up with a new pass protection to stop all those blitzes, Jim. And it's worked.
Yep, they got a 1st and goal to go. Number 3. Over to Dillon. Contact made, able to break free of it, but still unable to make it all the way back to the line of scrimmage. Eric Coleman the first to get to him.
You know, kind of to go back, Jim, to what you said as you watch this play, Jets reacting very quickly to the swing pass, and they knock Corey Dillon out. But usually you have rules if you're an offensive line. I got this guy, you got that guy. There he steps out of bounds. Well, that doesn't work when everybody's moving around, so they had to kind of reteach themselves and get a new thought, and they've been working on it for 6 weeks.
Dillon's so tough at this point. Talking about pure determination. Why he's found the end zone so often on short goal-to-go situations, but denied on a 2nd and goal carry. Brad Castle the first to get to him, so the Jets defense trying to make a little red zone stand of its own.
Just like the Patriots, the Jets, the defense, the turnaround, and the Patriots do it with their defensive line, and the defensive line for the New York Jets has played really well. Bob Sutton, defensive coordinator, said we just keep telling the same thing over and over, and they finally got it.
3rd and goal, and Brady across the middle, incomplete. Intended for Watson. And Eric Smith was running along with him.
Well, I tell you what, coverage. 3 receivers out. Usually when you get down at the goal line, Tom Brady being careful with the pass, but when you get so close down the goal line and the receivers cross and everybody moves around, somebody comes free. That time, nobody for the Patriots.
Gostkowski, the rookie from Memphis, with his first playoff field goal attempt. First, well, as you see it, other than Vinatieri, to attempt one since Matt Barr, your old teammate. He was with the Patriots. And Gostkowski, who came on at the end of the season, made 11 field goals over the last 3 weeks. Knocks it home from 20 yards out to tie the game. And coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, first half highlights, and they'll talk live with Sean Merriman of the San Diego Chargers, all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Gostkowski with the field goal, just a 20-yarder. Of course, after last night, no field goal try is a gimme anymore, it seems. Plus the one we saw Cincinnati in the extra point try against Denver. It's been some crazy action late in the season. Special teams. That is Miller. Up to the 27. And how about Pennington, what you've seen so far, Phil?
Well, Jim, we talked about it. The Patriots want to get in his face. It's easily said. Early in the game, they pressured the middle. Nowhere for him to step up and throw the football. Then they come with a little blitz. He's felt the pressure, so he steps up. He gets sacked. But look what happens. Good protection. Sight lines are awesome down the field. Perfect throw. Right on the numbers to Cotchery. Touchdown, New York Jets.
Been knocked down 3 times, shaken up for 1 play. Hurried 4 times, sacked on this first play of the game for the Jets. So Over to Coles. And he takes what is allowed. Gain of about 6.
Yeah, not only was it allowed, Mike Vrabel came untouched up the middle. Chad Pennington, because he was in the shotgun, was able to catch, get rid of the football before Mike Vrabel could sack him.
Jets are going with 4 receivers. And a shotgun formation for Pennington.
Make the big guys play in space. That's what they're doing.
Looking for the safety valve, and Pennington just slaps it down after it was tipped by, again, Tully Bantacane.
Oh, it's a name. You said it earlier, Jim. It's a name that you say a lot. He's an outside linebacker. He's big. He can be the 4th defensive lineman, which he was that time.
Playing the back half of the year after Junior Seau had a season-ending injury. And a timeout called by New England before the 3rd and 4. 10-10 in wild card action. Number 10's pass knocked down incomplete.
What makes you special? And by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That's twice now the Jets have forced the Patriots defense to call a timeout.
Yeah, the Jets lining up quick, and the Patriots not getting players off the field fast enough.
Vrabel was the last to run off the field. Little discussion with his coach.
Yeah, you know, it's okay in the first half. You don't want to burn those timeouts like that in the second half.
Still the Jets face 3rd and 4. That's Patry with the first down. Dragged down by Mickens.
You know, Jericho Cotchery is a tough guy to cover inside. And what they did that time, quick snap by the Jets.
And that's Pennington. Boy, he got walloped a couple of times. Flags down. And the Jets kind of duped them that time. They looked like they were going to take their time getting to the line. All of a sudden, they sprinted to the line of scrimmage. Snapped it quickly.
Be careful when I talk, because it's a lot of gamemanship. The Jets trying to catch them off guard, use the timeouts, get penalties, and just unsettle them, whatever you want to call it. And they've done it so far here in the first half.
And what you talked about early in the game, how Eric Mangini told us last night, I want everything fast. I want to keep the pressure on them, never let up, and make them face a lot of short time to process situations.
Short time to process what we are doing. And, you know, a lot of people run the no huddle, but the Jets do it differently. They run the no huddle. They shift, they put guys in motion, and they have some, not trick plays, but different plays. Tougher to defend.
Okay, there are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Illegal shift by the offense. They never got set. 12 men, defense, penalties offset, replay first down.
Pennington trying to snap it with that extra body on the field. He knew they would get flagged for, and Mangini doesn't agree with the fact that it was an illegal shift. Maybe that's why Cotchery got bumped from behind by Colvin.
Well, he might have done that, but there was illegal movement on the offense and the defense. Boy, Bill Belichick is going to give a little sermon to his defensive players. Be a little quicker, react faster.
So it's clear out that last set of infractions. It's first down and 10. I mean, that's Leon Washington, who's done all the work on the ground for the Jets. No Cedric Houston carries, no appearances to this point. That goes for 2. Seymour on the hit.
Well, Chad Pennington pressured to start the game, but like the Jets have done here in the second half of the season, just hang in there.
And 2nd and 8, and that's out. Coles unable to bring it down in bounds. Coles been through a lot of injuries this season. What a tough kid he is. Did not miss a game, even though he was listed as questionable virtually every game this year. Particularly nicked here at the end of the season. 96 consecutive starts for Lavernius Coles.
We asked him about those injuries, and of course he said can't talk about it.
Yeah, they'll find me. 3rd and 8. Pennington's pass, and there he is. It is Coles, but at the end, Hobbs has the football. They have him down. The side judge, Jets with the catch. 1st down at the 44. Hobbs says, wait a minute. I took it away from him.
Remember the last game we were up here and we talked about it. I've seen it so many games with the New York Jets. Their wide receivers, especially Cotchery and Coles, they go up and they just snatch the ball out of the air. They don't let it come to them. They just rip it out of the air. And if Coles doesn't do it that time, it's going to be an incomplete pass.
What did he tell you? I'm a hungry football player.
He is mad, he's angry, and he's going to play like that for the rest of his life.
You see it every time. On 1st down, Pennington. And that's wide of Lavernius Coles this time.
Well, let's go back and just watch it. He goes high. It almost gets through his hands. He's so strong. Holds it. And he's down before it is taken away. Didn't become a running back to his 3rd year in college.
2nd down. Set up the screen. Washington in trouble. And Warren sets him back about 3 yards, maybe more. It's actually a 5-yard loss. You know, that catch by Coles we just reviewed. Belichick had the challenge flag out and was thinking about challenging, but put it away.
Let me just correct what I said. Didn't become a wide receiver is what I meant to say about Lavernius Coles in college to his 3rd year.
14-yard catch set up the Jets on the New England side of the field. They just gave back 5 of it. Face a 3rd and long. Smith, and he is knocked down by Vrabel. Only a gain of 6.
Well, you know what? Even though the Jets are not going to score on this drive, I think they're driving the point across. They're keeping the defense unsettled. They're unsettling the whole Patriot team right now with their style of play.
Graham has already twice pinned New England inside of the 20. And this one not going to be what they were looking for. Only a net of 24 yards. As we continue our march to the Miami area, South Florida, we look back to you and Greg back in Houston.
Looking to throw it. Touchdown. Mike Vrabel. Big blitz throwing the end zone. Touchdown. From 41 yards. Looks good.
Vinatieri winning it for the Patriots in the end. And we have 4 weeks to go to Super Bowl 41. So from the 20 after the touchback, it's Maroney with a quick 6, maybe 7. Who's winning the battle of field position in this game?
Good question.
The Jets again, they pinned them twice inside the 20. One of them leading to an immediate turnover and a subsequent field goal. Movement by Graham. And they'll move back the Patriots to the 22.
Ball start. Offense number 82. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Well, Jim, you talked to Kerry Rhodes last night, and the blitzing, they time it so well. Tom Brady all of a sudden says, oh, here comes the blitz. He tries to change the play, and he does it so abruptly it allows lets one of his guys, or makes him jump too quickly. But that's what the Jets did last time. They timed their blitzes perfectly. New England was not able to react to them quick enough.
2nd down and 9. So the Jets starting position averaging out to their own 40. That's a large part to the fumble recovery. Brady has Watson for the 1st down, tumbling across the 30-yard line, stopped by Kerry Rhodes. Goes for 10.
So that time Very seldom. It's even Tom Brady, when he talked about this game, I said, do you expect a lot of blitzes? And he goes, yes, like playing the Steelers, expect it every down. If they don't, they're not good enough pass rushers, and they don't cover that great where I can't pick them apart down the field.
Kevin Falk in the backfield here, Phil.
Here it comes again. Gary Rhodes on the blitz.
And Falk with the run for no gain. That's Brian Thomas, who got a contract extension in the middle of this season. Thanks to plays like that.
You know, Jim, and it's not always, watch them as they come on the blitz, but it's not always about, oh, we're blitzing because we're going to get the quarterback. They go in there, it disrupts the run blocking assignments, and it's called run blitzing. They want to get in there because they expect the Patriots to run it, and look what happened. 2nd and 10.
To the 50-yard line and a first down. 19-yard gain. Caldwell, Brady's favorite target on the season, with 61 grabs.
Yeah, Rashae Caldwell he's really like what I call the home run hitter right now for this Patriots offense. Gets down the field, very smooth, nimble, can adjust to the football well, and you saw it all in that last route.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Poteet walked off the field after that last play. Brady down the field and wide of Caldwell on this occasion.
And Tom Brady took both hands, put them on his helmet, and yes, I know what you're thinking. That was a gimme. You get open like that in this league, you don't miss them, especially guys like Tom Brady. Look at Rashae Caldwell, the space he has between him and the defender. In the NFL, even if you're the worst passer, you hit that most of the time.
Just outside of 4 minutes to go in the half. Game tied at 10. It's Falk with a good piece of running. A couple of yards shy of the first. 3rd and 2 on the way.
You know, it's interesting. The Jets, everybody up at the line of scrimmage fooling around, faking like they're going to blitz. And then as they turn to run away, they hand it off to the running back.
Quickly with the snap, Falk has the first down. He got past the wave, right past the line, and finally tripped up by Eric Smith.
So many things go into making an offense work and being a good quarterback in this league. Snap counts overlooked by many quarterbacks, but not by Tom Brady.
It's Falk for a 3rd straight carry, and it works again for another 8 yards. You can't call it no huddle because they actually do huddle, but it's as quick as you'll ever see.
That's amazing. 3 straight times. A lot of teams never repeat plays. The Patriots, old school in that. If it works, why not run it again?
Take a little more time as they switch running backs. Maroney comes in. 2nd and 1.
And he's at the roll for that same handoff.
It just right down the gut of that Jets defensive front. That's good enough for a first down. A drive that started back at the 20.
4 times, Jim. You wouldn't answer the question, so I'll talk to myself.
Well, that was 3 times by Falk, once by Maroney. I wasn't sure if you knew that.
Oh, okay.
I thought you thought it was the same back.
Well, what that does, you know what it does? It makes defensive players go, okay, they anchor down. And when they anchor down, of course, what do you want to do? Now you want to do something different, go over the top of them.
Watson lined up as a receiver to the right. Brady flings it over to Gaffney, who is free to the 12-yard line. Eric Coleman let him escape.
Well, if you're going to blitz the quarterback, you better not be a good tackler on the outside. You better be great. It's you and the receiver. You miss it, and you give up those extra yards to Jabbar Gaffney. But Coleman, good job of getting the extra hit and bringing him down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning with the Patriots putting together a drive much like their first one. Game tied at 10. Standing by in New York, our guys, JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer with the Sprint halftime report, highlights, and expert analysis of the first half, plus Sean Merriman live on the Sprint halftime report. Now, this is something in the Belichick era. No team has been better in his Patriots, scoring in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Again this year, 7 touchdowns, 3 field goals before the end of the half. First down run from the 11. It's Maroney to the 7. Barry Rhodes on the tackle. And they're approaching now as a team 100 yards rushing in the first half. And they've gotten production from not only Maroney but Dillon and Falk with a big part of this drive. Plus Brady with a couple of scrambles of his own. 2nd and 5 and in no hurry. Not going to leave any time at all for the Jets. Taken off, and he's going to have the first down, but not the touchdown. Matt Light on that left side, helping clear the way.
It's just good hard running, Jim. You're right. Heath Evans leading it up inside. Matt Light blocking Jonathan Vilma and just taking it completely out of the play.
Jets got caught in a substitution and called a timeout.
They're both getting each other. Tom Brady sees the substitutions by the get you. And the Jets go, you got us. They take the timeout.
You've seen this more in the first half here today, Phil, than I've ever seen it.
Seen it all year.
Yeah.
We got a little history lesson about that, didn't we?
Both sides prepared for it.
Eric Mangini told us where it all started. Sam Weish really brought this into the NFL.
Talking about Sam in his Tampa days.
Well, and he started it in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati took it to Tampa.
Of course, Boomer was leading that, and actually the NFL said it's illegal there for a while and trying to stop it, but they really came to a rule that makes sense. If you're going to run the hurry up, if you're going to shift personnel, you're going to allow the defense to do it too.
You said Boomer would have caught the other team with too many men if he could have counted to 12. First and goal, and it's inside Evans, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Quick hitter inside, nowhere to go. Good play by Dwayne Robertson inside to stop it with Jonathan Vilma.
Still only 2nd and goal, and the Patriots can pretty much have it their way with just 30 seconds and counting to go here in the half. A drive that's lasted over 6 minutes. This is the 14th play of the drive. And it's Maroney, and he too is met right away. Jonathan Vilma with the stuff.
Wow, what a reaction. What a read by Jonathan Vilma.
And a timeout called by New England.
Yeah, they waited too long to take that timeout.
Did a little bit, didn't they?
Jonathan Vilma, 51, comes behind Matt Chatham.
Now, why is this important? The Patriots don't have any timeouts left. They got a 3rd down play to come, but there's not enough time to have a running play and get the field goal unit back out there.
And Jonathan Vilma, you know when you made a good play, a touchdown saving play, and that's what he did. Took the proper angle. That was where he was supposed to hit it. The run went to the left, and he did it right and made a terrific hit.
Jonathan Vilma, who's hero / idol when he joined the National Football League, Dick Butkus. NFL Film sent him a DVD of all of his hits. He has studied that, worn it out.
Had some good laughs about that. I said, didn't you like the way that he played? He said, yes, all out, very physical. Patriots, though, no timeouts here. 1 yard line. You would think they would pass it.
Timeout called by the Jets, their last timeout. So they checked out the Patriots formation and lineup. Dillon back in there for New England. And our aerial coverage today provided by our friends from MetLife. And look for MetLife in the skies, teaming up with CBS in 2007. So it is an interesting moment here, Phil. What do you do? 14 seconds to go.
Well, Jim, the first thing that pops to everybody's mind if you're watching this game, of course, no timeouts, that it's going to be a play action pass. That way, if it is incomplete, you can still kick the field goal. You run it, well, it's either touchdown or nothing.
if you run it. Not enough time to get the field goal unit out there.
No.
But would you have a time to keep the offensive unit out there and get one more offensive snap?
Yeah, I would say that would be possible.
Pats have had so far in this game 6 offensive plays inside of the 10 with no touchdowns. Let's see what they do on 3rd and goal. Fake to Dillon. Back to the end zone. It's Graham, and he has it for the touchdown.
What a throw and catch by Tom Brady to Daniel Graham. He threw it crisp, sharp, back in the end zone, and Daniel Graham makes a nice catch.
A drive that used up almost 7 minutes ends with the Brady touchdown pass to Daniel Graham. Gostkowski with the extra point. Brady with a 10th straight postseason game with at least 1 touchdown pass.
Well, here's what Tom Brady's going to do. He's going to look out here. If that receiver's covered, and he's going to go, well, I'll wait for Daniel Graham to come across the field. This is the play that everybody in the NFL runs. And Tom Brady sees that Matt Chatham has his back to him. Oh, that's Castle. That's not Chatham. He's not looking. So just like when you throw a seam pass down the field, throw it right by the head of the linebacker, he cannot turn around and defend the pass, and a nice catch by Daniel Graham.
And with the supervision, pulling it down with those sure hands.
Yeah, Bill Belichick, they're excited because what a great opportunity here. They didn't want to waste it with just a field goal attempt. And Eric Mangini's going, come on, that's one of those plays you put in the very first day almost of training camp, and we did not defend it. And also what he's thinking too, Jim, how can you really get caught on the play action pass when you know that most likely that's what the Patriots are going to do.
Miller, who ran back 2 kicks for touchdowns this year. How much of an opportunity will they give him? They put it on the ground, hits a Jet player, and it's fallen on right away by Castle. So you saw the 10 consecutive playoff games with a touchdown pass. Favre with the record of 16 consecutive. And Marino with 13, joining the Snake, and Montana at 10. I'll tell you one thing, that hits the Jet player at the New England 49, so you've just given the Jets a chance here. Of course, they have no timeouts. But can they get a little sideline route and a chance to bring the field goal unit out, or they just have a chance to launch one, heave one into the end zone?
I think you have a chance to throw a sideline route. If it's not there, you throw it away, and then you heave one in the end zone.
Looking for that left sideline now, just goes short Askew. Middle of the field, which won't do him any good. They'll pile up some numbers, but without a timeout, that will end the half.
Yeah, it's a wasted opportunity. You throw it away, and then you throw it in the end zone. That's what I believe.
So that's the end of the first half with the score. New England 17 and the New York Jets 10. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report. JB on the way after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. Jim Nance back here at Gillette Stadium. You were shaking your head in agreement at halftime when you heard Shannon Sharpe talking about the way the New England Patriots in many ways dominated that first half. They had that opening drive touchdown, and then the last drive of the first half resulting in a touchdown.
Yeah, I think physically the New England Patriots did dominate the first half, but the Jets, they hung in there. They got the fumble recovery on defense, and they hit the one big play on offense. And Jim, that's what you really want to do as a visiting team in almost regular season, any regular season game, but especially in the playoffs. Hang in there, and when your opportunity comes, you got to take advantage of it.
Of course, one thing that was one-sided As you see this game brought to you in high-definition television, was the rushing game heavily weighted in favor of the Patriots. But we'll see the Jets to open up the quarter, and Justin Miller to run it. He had a 62-yard return against New England in their last meeting and salvages a couple of extra yards before he's brought down by Chad Scott and Heath Evans. There we are, 101 on the ground for New England, and 17-6 first down yardage, first down totals.
I think it backs up everything that we already reiterated that Shannon Sharp said. If you're a fan, you're sitting there watching the game, you go, wow, the Patriots kind of dominating play, 17-10. Jets did a good job keeping themselves in the game.
They'll come out with 4 receivers. And other than that last snap at the end of the half, it's been a long time since we've seen the Jets on the field. The Patriots with that 7-minute drive at the end of the second quarter. Pennington escapes the heat and picks up a few yards to Brad Smith. 2 yards, but it was Seymour running after the quarterback. Ty Warren also.
You know, there's so many reasons why the Jets do what they do on offense. You're playing a team like the Patriots. I would think they'd go more to the spread offense and try to keep the tempo up because they are big up front. Tire them out and then use your speed with your skill positions to make some plays against the secondary and the linebackers.
Setting up a reverse. Pennington out there looking to block someone for Cotchery. Cotchery able to run all the way out to the 40 for a first down. I'll tell you one guy who did throw a block, Lavernius Coles, and it goes for 14 yards.
It's a good way to slow a defense down. Make them, it's a pretty good block by Chad Pennington.
Yes,
He got knocked back into the runner.
When you think about all he's been through with shoulder injuries.
Well, Jim, we talked about it. Chad Pennington's a lot about it. He's about a lot of things. Toughness and hard work. That's why his teammates love him. Got to do some of that dirty work, too.
He's got Cedric Houston in the backfield for the first time today. Houston had a huge game up at Lambeau Field with a couple of touchdowns, over 100 yards, but this time no gain on his first touch. Running into Teddy Bruschi. We're talking about Pennington, his toughness, comeback player of the year. Bruschi right there was last year's comeback player of the year. Actually shared it with Steve Smith of Carolina. But you know, one thing we found out, there's no trophy. You don't have anything to kind of commemorate
There's
that other large acknowledgement.
No plaque, no
Nothing.
Certificate, nothing. Hey, pat him on the back. Hey, good job. Way to come back.
I would think with all your contacts, you could find somebody to sponsor the award or come up with a trophy of some sort. Second down and 10. Time in the pocket, and it results in another first down. The grab by Coles. Coles with 91 catches on the year. Only Al Toon had more receptions in a season, and he is hurt again.
He is. Good job, the Jets. They kind of just do a little window dressing. They allow Lavernius Coles to get open. But when you're playing a defense, when it's zone, they see the ball thrown. They all run to it, and it lends itself to big hits.
The leg is shaking. The medical crew out there. Coles down. We'll take a break. The self-described hungry football player Coles walks off, puts the helmet back on, has to sit down to play off the injury timeout. Ready to return. He just picked up the first down at the New England 47. Over to Cotchery. He has that great quickness, and he's got another first down. McCarron's helped him on that side as well with a block for 11 yards.
Yeah, Justin McCarron's with the block was allowed Cotchery to get around the outside.
You got the flag, though.
During the run, holding. Offense number 81.
Well, there it is.
10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Cotchery's reception nullified by McCarron.
I didn't say he was making a legal block. I just said it was a heck of a block. On the outside, in your picture, 81. Okay. Jim Nance, you analyze that for me. I'm switching roles right now.
That looked like he had a pretty good hold.
Did it? Okay.
On the outside. of Hobbs. So there'll be 1st and 15, and Coles is back after just the one play.
You know, I could not see his hands, so that's why I said analyze it. I could not see his hands outside grabbing on and holding.
Back to the 4-receiver formation. Dump to Washington. This is what the Jets do. Patriots well aware of it. When they have a 2nd and long, or in this case it was 1st and 15, they don't try to get it all in one play.
Yeah, it's the new phrase or cliche in the NFL, get back on schedule.
And they did.
And you know, every team does it now. They throw it short, they throw a screen, or they run the draw.
Washington to the right, and that's Brad Smith in the backfield. Something, as you say, what did you call it? Something fishy.
Yep, like a rotten fish, it smells.
Fake to Smith, give to Washington. Again, he had lined up as a receiver to the right, and a flag thrown from the secondary by the back judge.
Yeah, it might be a late hit. It could be. But they're using Brad Smith as a decoy so far here today, Jim, except once when they tried to throw it to him.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 54, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, that's the 2nd one on the Patriots today. One on Wilford, and this one now on Brewski.
It's pretty close when you're a defense that prides itself in hitting you, and no matter what. As Teddy Bruschi said once to me, when they want to be physical, even when you're getting blocked, make sure you deliver punishment to the blocker. So they're trying to get those extra hits. That one was a little too late.
Gives the Jets the 1st down at the 25. Better hurry up. Play clock down to a 2nd. And Washington got away from Warren. Takes what would have been about a 3-yard loss back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Leon Washington, not the biggest runner in the NFL, but because he's so fast, so strong, that makes him powerful, and he's able to break some arm tackles. And, you know, those are big. Instead of 2nd and 13 and 14, you still have 2nd and 10, and you can run your offense.
Pennington, open man, it's Baker. And another Jet 1st down at the 12.
Well, that was the old under and over. And that time the Jets, a lot of motion, faking, going back and forth. One receiver comes under, the other one's on top. Chad Pennington, patient, waits for the deeper receiver to come wide over. Who is Baker?
Patient, but quickly to the line for another snap. It's Washington. And he dives for an additional 2, gets to the 6. That was Pete Kendall who threw a big block to spring him for about 5.
Well, if nothing else, you are seeing what the Jets are about and what Eric Mangini has been trying to build from the second he was hired as the coach. Just tough, keep fighting, and we'll see how it turns out. Impressive opening drive by the Jets here in the 2nd half.
Boy, is it ever. 6 minutes into it. And a 2nd and 5 can pick up the 1st just inside of the 2. Pennington. Incomplete. Samuel coming up on Washington.
Well, there's nothing there. Chad Pennington, when he lets it go, he knows he has to just get rid of it. Roosevelt Colvin coming right at him, nobody blocking him. Asante Samuel back there in his zone, sees it thrown. You're really fortunate it's not a turnover.
Coles to the left, Cotchery in a slot to the right. Now they send Washington to the left side, 3rd and 5.
Could they run a draw? It's there.
It's the middle, and off the deflection, the ball is caught but it's outside of the first down mark. It's Baker with the catch, but it'll be 4th and still about 2. It looked like Vrabel had the play on it.
Look, nobody in the middle of the field. The Patriots with the extra defender. The football's tipped. It looked like Richard Seymour.
Yep, it was Seymour.
And that makes it. Mike Vrabel goes for the interception. He misses it. Jets are so far twice today, Jim. They are doing a good job. The Jets really creative near the end zone. They do a lot of stopping and starting with their wide receivers, and every time the guy that's doing that stopping and starting, which is hard for a defensive back to cover, that's the guy the Patriots are double teaming.
Not sure why, but the officials blow the whistle. They call for the chain gang to come out for the measurement.
I think that the Jets probably asked for it. They want to see what they're up against here.
It's going to be a lot. It's almost 2 yards. Yep. That close.
Well, we had a bad view over here. We couldn't see the angle, and it did look closer.
What did you think last night of the Dallas game, how they upstairs had the booth review and changed the spot on the pass play down inside the 2?
Well, I thought when I was watching it live that it was a bad spot, that it was a tough, it's tough, but they were a little too generous. The replays, maybe not 100% like you could, but I think we all agreed that the remark and the overturn were pretty close to perfect.
And that pass down to Witten. Now, Nugent for 21 yards. And another field goal. The Jets use up almost 7 minutes and get 3 out of it. 17-13 New England. Well, what do you think the Jets are walking away feeling with that possession of 6:41, 13 plays?
Like Lance Barrow when he leaves the dinner, he feels unsatisfied. It's not enough food.
Enough.
And that's the way they feel. Big opportunity gone by the wayside.
And Maroney at the 9. Takes it to the middle and now cuts outside. Not for long. Picked up by Cody Spencer. We'll see Brady and the Patriots for the first time in this half. They have the lead. You can get all of the latest preview information about next week's divisional playoff games all week long on NFL.com. Winner of this one taking on San Diego next week out west. And a whistle before the snap.
Logan Mankins.
Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And in attendance here with Mr. Kraft, who's reaching back for the jacket. To our right is Leslie Moonves, president, CEO of CBS, our boss.
Our boss got a nice tan. I know that. So does Mr. Kraft. Saw him in practice the other day.
Doesn't miss many practices, does he? 1st and 15. And that pass drilled and caught on the deflection off the shoulder pads, his own pads. Gaffney brings it in.
You know something, Jim, that we haven't talked about. The last time these two teams played, Tom Brady could not move in the pocket because of the field, and he couldn't throw it down the field because he couldn't get footing.
Pick up the first down with that one. Again, quickly back to the line and the quick snap to Dillon.
And why I say it, I bring it up, that last one, he moved around, stepped up in the pocket, and almost threw it too hard for the receiver to catch. You know, even Tom Brady said it to us. Look what he's done today. Sideline 13 to 20. And they're not a lot of yards, but they're meant just to settle the Jets blitz down.
First down. With a nice piece of running behind Benjamin Watson. Goes for 13.
Well, there he is, Corey Dillon. Good blocking up front. You said it, Benjamin Watson getting Victor Hobson, keeping him to the outside, gives a running lane. Logan Mankins, Matt Light gets Kimo von Oelhoffen, and the big guy, well, he is one big dude. He comes in and he talks to us. He walks out. You go, is he a running back or a wannabe down lineman? That's how big he is.
What a magnificent voice, too.
Yeah.
And Brady, all kinds of time, looking across the middle, finding Gaffney. Who steps out at the 17. Boy, did that line protect the quarterback.
When you protect the quarterback that long, what happens? A defense, they lose all rules, and receivers get wide open. And watch Gaffney from the top of your screen. Tom Brady's looking, nobody. And finally, the defense, they lose their spacing. That's why the receiver's wide open.
Gaffney was 7 catches. He had 11 on the year. That's Maroney for 3. Into the arms of Ellis.
So let's go. Friday, when you did finally come to practice, you kept going.
Thank you.
No, I didn't mean it. You were inside working. You know,
Working,
yes,
doing the radio show.
But you kept going. It's Jabbar Gaffney. He's catching too many passes. What is this? Well, whatever the Patriots were expecting, they're getting. Because he caught him in practice, he's catching them here today.
Almost has 100 yards, too. 96 yards on the 7 catches. Brady in trouble. Barton and Thomas share the sack. And back hits a big one. Knocks him back for a loss of 12 yards.
Yeah, give the credit to the defensive backs that time. It was Eric Coleman, the safety, covering the receiver to the right. Tom Brady had plenty of time as he looked at the first 2 receivers. They were covered. Then he tried to scramble. Too late.
It goes in the books as the Jets' first sack of the game. They got to him far more frequently on a muddy field back in November. And then immediately after the game, after that great neutralizer, the muddy field, they dug it up and put the field turf down within a few days. Caldwell trying to cut back to the inside and escape Brian Thomas, who does not allow him to get away.
Oh, Brian Thomas, what a transformation. A defensive end. Now he's an outside linebacker in the Mike Vrabel mold that the Patriots have. It didn't go smooth at first. He complained. Well, he's not complaining anymore. Playing great. Big new contract. He'll be with the Jets for a long time.
Gostowski will try from 40. Remember, again, Castle just his 3rd game as a holder. On the left hash. And perfectly executed on all ends. Lonnie Paxton snapped the back. Castle got it down. And the rookie's good for the 2nd time today. Again, that one from 40. Back to the halftime margin. 7 in front.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered. And by Toyota. Moving forward.
Our friends from MetLife providing the aerial coverage here in Foxborough, about 30 minutes away from Providence, Rhode Island, about 30 minutes out of Boston as well. Gostowski almost had that one blocked. You should see the rotation with our supervision when he boots it. Drilling it from 40 yards. Now the attempted run back by Miller. And he is, for one of the few times this year, he is pinned back only a 7-yard return. Eric Alexander, James Sanders, and others stopping him. You can see Pennington hit 12 of his last 16. He's had success playing in New England. He's 2-1 in his career here, and including today, 5 touchdowns, only 1 pick here at Gillette Stadium. But this series, back at the 13, it begins. And Washington with enough yardage for a first down.
Boise State, Statue of Liberty right there, Jim. Different way, but very well done by Chad Pennington. Nice fake outside. They do it so often. You have to honor the fake by Chad Pennington, and then Leon Washington fast enough to get inside and take advantage of the fake.
There will never be a Statue of Liberty that was any better than the one by Boise State.
I agree.
From the 24 after the 11-yard gain. It's the Jets' longest run. And the flag. Coles spinning around, picking up about 8. Well, it's going to see. It's against the Patriots offside. Do you take the 8 yards for 2nd and 2 or 1st and 5?
Offsides. Defense number 93. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I take the 1st and 5.
And they do too. What happens though when you train real celebrities to patrol the streets as real cops? Armed and Famous. Premiering Wednesday at 8, 7 Central. On America's Most Watched Network.
We couldn't do that. You know why, don't you?
Probably because you wouldn't want to do it.
No, because we're not famous.
But you were armed with that big right arm of yours.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So 1st and 5, 29-yard line. Lobbing it over, Cotry. Remember, they had a chance at 2nd and 2. Well, now they'll take it 2nd and 1. Taking the 5 yards instead. This one picks up 4.
You know, they just spread the field, Jim. That's what they want to do. Chad Pennington, he talked about what turned the offense around. He said, we quit trying to get the football to everybody. I get it to my playmakers. Starts with Lavernius Coles, and then they work their way down from there. Second, probably Jericho Cotchery.
He said that was really the difference over the last 6 games of the year when they went 5 and 1. We just figured out who our playmakers are. Here's one of them right here. Leon Washington. All the way to the New England 48, and that exceeds the 11-yard run earlier on this drive. And this is now the longest run of the day. 19 for the Jets.
Watch inside. Chris Baker, 86, just seals it off. And little misdirection at time by the Jets. And when you do misdirection, you need a quick back who can take advantage of it. And Leon Washington did that time.
Saw Pete Kendall throw a big block as well. As a kid grew up in Massachusetts. He played here in November. He had 60 friends and family members at the game, and almost Colvin with a game changer.
It's a lateral.
It was. The ball was thrown back and still running with it. It's Vince Wilfork.
It was a lateral, Jim. Chad Pennington was throwing that football backwards. And how alert is Vince Wilfork? Watch Chad Pennington where he's at. Does the football go forward? Absolutely not. If it goes parallel, then it's still a fumble. And the coaches for the Patriots, Bill Belichick is urging his players to get on the football and run.
Jets
New
are
York
going
is
to challenge.
challenging the ruling on the field of a backward pass.
They've got to. It is a huge, huge momentum swing if it holds as called.
Oh, well, that is a clear shot. Now remember, if the football goes right down the line, what is it? It's not a forward pass, so it'd be a lateral.
Look at DeBrickashaw Ferguson. Landed at his feet. Colvin still can't believe that he dropped it. And you can see at the top left of your screen, Belichick. Boy, he'll start running in a minute here.
Bill Belichick, the coaching staff on the sideline, they did not give up on the play. They yelled. And then the players finally react to it. Well, that's a good shot. You can definitely tell it's a backward pass.
Colvin thinking he had a chance to take off to the end zone when in fact alertly Vince Wilfork did.
Yeah, let's watch it, Jim, from here. Roosevelt Colvin, tremendous. And then Wilfork went right for the ball. Here he is in the middle. Let's watch him.
Well, that's Seymour.
That was Seymour.
Yep.
There he is.
Yep.
Okay. They're all big.
A couple of Jets just let him go, and you can see at the top, urging him on, waving his arms. Belichick.
Yes. Good shot there. That shows it. Well, I never forget, it always, I know they give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but I don't think you even need the benefit of the doubt that time. But if it's thrown down the line of scrimmage, that theoretically is a fumble because the ball does not go forward.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. New York is charged at first. Timeout.
Cost them a timeout, but more importantly, cost them a turnover. And the Patriots have the football at the New York 14.
You can even tell Chad Payne, the release of the football, where he is, where his eyesight is even looking. He's looking backwards. And it's a good yard behind where he is throwing the football from. They've thrown it a couple times today. One time he threw it away, another time he completed it, and that was very close to being a lateral.
So the fumble recovery, and the Patriots sending Graham in motion. He caught a touchdown in that second quarter. Work in the middle with Maroney. He's not down yet. Robertson trying to get a hold of him. It goes for 6 yards.
Well, everything about this game, the makeup, the personality, the way it's going to be played from here on out, a lot of it can be determined on how the Jets react to it defensively, and can they get in there and hold the Patriots to a field goal.
And the stunning thing about that is the Jets offense was clicking. They'd had an 11-yard run by Washington, a 19-yard run by Washington. And just inched into New England territory, then they turn it over and set up the Patriots deep. Maroney cannot bounce outside, and he'll be tackled for a loss by Brian Thomas.
Boy, good job. The Jets defense, when you kind of go outside against it, they play downhill. In other words, they're running towards the line of scrimmage a lot, and it's just tough to get out there and make any yards.
Well, 3rd and 5. In the final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Jets bring it. Brady fires it, and he's almost intercepted by Barrett. We're going back to Gaffney.
Here comes the all-out blitz, and it's Coleman from the outside that comes free. He comes up the middle. It was actually Eric Barton on the outside, and what a game changer this would be. Nice defense by Barrett, but if it's a second sooner, he's going to go underneath and intercept the football.
For a 28-yard field goal try. Drew Coleman almost blocked the last one from 40. Wiskowski, good again. His confidence growing late in the year. 3 field goals today in 3 tries. We'll get college basketball later today as we continue on our road to the Final Four. Some will see Kansas at South Carolina. Others, Big Ten action, Michigan State and Indiana. Kelvin Sampson and the Hoosiers hosting. It's coming up after football at 4:30 today here on CBS. So the Jets defense makes a stand and allows only 3, all set up by this turnover.
Yeah, the play by the Patriots, the defense, the awareness of the coaches of the New England Patriots to urge Vince Wilfork to keep on going. And of course, Chad Pennington, he has to realize, or he thinks, we have done so many nice things, especially in the second half. And what do they have to show for it? Just 3 points. But that, Jim, that stand allows the Jets to still be patient on offense. They can still run it, still take their time. They were down 2 touchdowns. You would be looking, trying to extend the game, throw it more often, give yourself a chance for more plays, and maybe 1 extra possession.
You're right about that Jet drive to open up the third quarter that resulted only in a field goal. Took up almost 7 minutes.
Patriots showing why they're the second hardest team to score on in the National Football League.
Gostowski with a beautiful driving kick, leading to a touchback, and Teddy Bruschi and the defense with 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. That defense that on the season gave up only 14 points a game. Only the Ravens were better than that.
Yeah, you know, you look at the defense, 5th against the rush, 12th against the pass, 6th ranked overall. You know, they go by yards, but the most important, second, like you said, in points allowed.
Total yards pretty close. Jets getting 77 on one play, and each side giving it away on a fumble. Both of them leading to a field goal. That one's deflected. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And a flag comes in at the end. And the Patriots are saying, wait a minute, the ball was tipped. And I think Bill Vinovich is all over it.
The Patriots said we want to get our hands up, Jim. They've done it, haven't they?
Have they ever?
They've tipped quite a few passes. Of course, I talk about it a lot. Short drops, a lot of tipped passes, especially in this league.
To pick up the flag.
Before the pass was thrown, holding. Defense number 27. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So, the crowd thought they were going to throw the flag for interference, which wouldn't have been the case for the ball tip. But first, there'd been the holding call. Jets on the first down, opening up the fourth quarter. Down 10. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Third quarter scoring, 2 field goals by Gostowski of New England, 1 field goal by Nugent of New York. And the Jets have it. First down to open the fourth quarter. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms in this wild card playoff game, and the winner advances to the divisional round and a late Sunday afternoon matchup next week at San Diego, the #1 seed in the AFC. Askew left alone in the backfield. With a play action fake. Going up top, Baker snags it. He's right back to New England's 49. That one goes for 26.
Beautiful throw by Chad Pennington. Chris Baker, good blocker, explosive from the tight end position. That's a tough matchup down the field against Mike Vrabel.
And Pennington gives it almost a hurry-up look as they run to the line of scrimmage after the long game. Baker again. Bruschi wraps him up. Well, that's good for another first.
We talked about that pecking order. Well, Chris Baker, he's number 3 on that order. Lavernius Coles, Jericho Cotchery. Then you want to try to get it to your tight end if they cover the 2 wide receivers.
Back-to-back plays to the tight end. Short drop, Coles over the shoulder fake and run out of bounds by Samuel. Good for 4 yards.
You know, Lavernius Coles, you talked about it. I said something to him. I guess that chip on your shoulder, it's never going to leave, is it? And he goes, no. It's there forever when he's playing sports. He goes, I got a hunger to do well. And it shows when you watch him play.
And you forget he was drafted by Bill Parcells with the Jets. Now Pennington in traffic, and it's Baker with his 3rd catch on this drive. And this one's good for 13. All of them have been for first downs.
Chris Baker coming between 2 linebackers, and just like the wide receivers, just reaches up and snatches it out of the air.
Pennington, Phil, has hit 13 of his last 14 throws.
No pressure being put on Chad Pennington.
And that Jet line doing a good job. Got to cross him up with the run, and a flag is thrown in the middle of it all. Washington went for about 4. And the Jets are already backing up.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And they got Brandon Moore on the right side. It's been an offensive line that's been pretty much intact all season. In fact, for that matter, talking to Bill Belichick, one of his first observations about the Jets this year is how they've been virtually injury-free.
Yeah, you know, and he kind of said it on the right side. When you get a little misdirection, Brandon Moore, the cutback is what caught him. Wasn't expecting it, so he grabs on. But, yeah, Bill Belichick said it almost in like, can you believe it?
Yeah.
They do not get anybody hurt. And, of course, that's always the key, being consistent and having success.
So we're looking at the tapes from the two games. We're looking at the same guys. And it's Washington. And again, they do what we talked about earlier. They don't try to get it all. They got about half of it back. If that goes for 12, it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Leon Washington, he's so quick. And you got him out there, and it's Teddy Bruschi trying to cover him. All you can do is back up and give, and then just hope to make the tackle.
Pennington, when he first met with Mangini, shown that playbook, that scouting report that Mangini brought with him from the Patriots on Pennington and his tendencies. Said it was thick, phone book like. 2nd down and 8. Coming after him now, and he got it away in time in the area of Baker. That was Wilfork who drilled him to the ground. The Patriots defense trying to get another sack. They've had 1 sack in the game, and that was on the Jets' first offensive play of the game.
Vincent Wilfork, just strong, makes that initial move. Look at him, so big, nothing more could do, and the receiver wide open that time for the Jets, but the pressure on the quarterback stopped it.
3rd and 8. And to Kane trying to fight off a block. Pennington, pass knocked down by Sanders. They were looking for Cotchery. Will bring out the field goal unit to try to bring the Jets within 1 score.
Yeah, but it's a good job by Sanders down the field. The Jets, they get in these 3 receivers together, look to confuse you. Sanders goes around the receiver, puts his hand on him, but does not move him, able to knock it down with his right hand.
Sanders in the lineup today, in for the injured Harrison, who's inactive with a knee. They hope to get him back if they march on. 37-yard try, and Nugent continues his hot streak. 23-16, 4th quarter, New England in front. No touchdowns in the second half. 4 field goals, 2 by each side. Nugent puts it on a tee. He has made now 21 consecutive field goals. Of course, drafted after the last time the Jets were in the postseason, and they missed a couple. Yeah, Doug Bryan, and then they drafted Nugent in the 2nd round the following spring. It's Maroney. Bouncing off a 1 tackle of Askew, and then forced out of bounds by Eric Smith. 23-16 New England.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. Verizon Wireless. And by Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
We are back with New England, starting this possession at its 37-yard line. They beat the Jets week 2 of this season, 24-17. Then the Jets came up here and won by 3. Another tight one today. Brady coming out throwing. Coming out long down the field for rookie Chad Jackson, and he's almost picked by Justin Miller. Brady has not thrown an interception in his last 152 throws, but he almost got taken advantage of here.
Yeah, it's a good no call. A lot of hand fighting as the ball was going down the field. It was a blitz again by the Jets. Kerry Rhodes at the last second went flying up in there, but like all day long, Jim, they are picking it up and giving Tom Brady time to throw it short or long down the field.
Second down, they'll run it. And into Robertson goes Maroney. They'll set up third and an 8-yard pickup necessary to keep it in the Patriots' possession.
Well, we heard so much about the blitz, though, today, and that's all Tom Brady talked about. They were really embarrassed about the way they played against it last time, and we've said it, they changed a lot of things with their offensive line. The numbers are solid. He's had a couple big shots down the field, just missed them, and I'm sure he's going to see a blitz one more time.
You're expecting one right here.
The old Southern Mississippi. Let's all walk around. Let's snap the ball. We take off. There they come.
Here they come, including Hobson. Patriots pick it up, and the Patriots pick up the first down with Troy Brown. That's for Brown, his second catch of the game in both occasions. He picks up first on a third down throw.
Look at all the blitzers. Look at that wall. And then Troy Brown. How about that name? Talking about that with Chad Pennington last night, but dependable. He knew the situation. He didn't try to catch it and run, which can lead to drops. He caught it, cradled it, and got the first down.
Is he ever dependable? Leading receiver in Patriot history. Moved past Stanley Morgan. All-time catches earlier this season. There's Maroney. Looking for a stiff arm on Miller. Daniel Graham throwing a good block. Boy, Graham also picked up a blitzer on the previous play. Sunday, February 4th on CBS, Prince is the Pepsi Super Bowl 41 halftime show. You can go to superbowl.com/Pepsi for more information on the Pepsi Super Can sweepstakes.
I know this. We talked to Kerry Rhodes last night, and I asked him about the blitz, and he goes, well, we got some new bullets for Tom Brady. And I say to you, if you got new bullets, you better show them, because this is a critical drive.
Second down and 3. Try to pick it up with Maroney, and they do. Inside of the 40. Goes for 4. But again, Graham, he has thrown some pivotal blocks on this drive, with a touchdown to boot at the end of the first half.
As I sit here and I watch this, the offensive line coming off in a unit, making this hole for Lawrence Maroney. Jim, I can think back to the first game of the year we did right here, and we talked about it then. The offensive line. Are they going to be a championship Super Bowl quality offensive line? They probably are. They're showing a lot of that right now in this drive.
Of course, last year riddled with injuries at the center position, left tackle, and others. Brady on the rollout has to unload it as Hobson was hunting him down. Hobson, who had a big hit on Brady in the matchup here in November.
Yeah, a lot of talking going on between Tom Brady and Ben Watson. I thought they were going to do the old throwback screen the way Tom Brady was rolling out, but nobody opened down the field for him to throw the football to.
Thompson and Brady had their college careers overlap for a couple of seasons in Ann Arbor at Michigan. Getting reacquainted nearly on that last play. Second down and 10. Move Falk in a slot to the right. Quick pass, and it's over to Caldwell with blockers out in front. Boy, was that well set up. Matt Light, one of those, leading the rally down the field.
Outside, watch the blocks, linemen getting out, but Jim, when you see a blitz, everybody wants to attack the line of scrimmage. That's when you throw those quick screens outside and help the wide receiver get away from the guy that's covering him. And Rashay Caldwell, as the Patriots say, he is a tremendous fit for what they do on offense.
Goes for 13 yards. And Falk picks up a yard. Talking about Rashay Caldwell. Was hoping to have his parents, who attend most of his games, here for this one. But they're going to be instead watching the national championship game tomorrow. His brother plays for the Gators, and he's a pretty good talent himself.
Well, Shea, we love you, son, but we're not coming.
We're going to Arizona.
That national championship game is calling us.
Of course, this wide receiver core has a whole fleet of Florida Gators, 4 in all, and he'll be hosting the party tomorrow night to watch the championship game together. 2nd down and 9. Left open again. It's Gaffney, and they're going to spot him just short of the first. Justin Miller grabbed him by the ankles. Another Gator receiver.
Yeah, this is huge. And you know, Jim, I just go back. You see the blitz again. Hell, I'm almost getting tired of saying blitz, but the Patriots are picking it up. It is the defining strategy in this game. That's the reason why the Patriots are winning. You see the blitz coming, they pick it up again. Tom Brady pinpoint with the short passes outside.
Go ahead and measure for it, but it's about a half-yard short. Length of a football, maybe. That's all.
In a way, you almost go, okay, this is good. Now we can run a play. Now the clock, you start looking at it as a play caller. Using time, make the Jets use maybe one of their last 2 timeouts, because the field goal right now is almost as good as a touchdown.
Well, the son of a former Jet has a 100-yard game here, Gaffney. He got into the flow of things right out of the box with 3 catches on the opening drive, which was just a beautiful start to the game for Belichick.
And not to rehash things, but astutely you picked that up in practice. It just, you know,
that's why I go. I see these things.
You know, we watched some film, and I pointed something out to you I thought that was very important. What that was? The Jets are
wearing the green pants. Yeah, that was good. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Can't wait till next week. 3rd and inches. Dillon bouncing out, has the first. That's exactly what Dillon was talking about the other day, about short yardage and how he excels. He says, it's just pure determination, and I will just keep saying I will not be stopped.
Bill Belichick said to me, you talked about Corey Dillon wearing the black jersey in practice, given to the guy that works the hardest the week before. And Bill Belichick says he's been up here now for 3 years, and he has never been even a hint of a problem on this team.
Just got a high five from his coach as he goes to the sideline, replaced by Maroney. 1st and goal on Brady's pass off the fingertips of Watson.
Well, that was a pass and a play, a little surprising, but the Patriots were going for the win on this throw. Ben Watson, couple times today, not able to make the play when he's got a chance. Tom Brady being a little careful with the throw, and just too much for Ben Watson to handle.
And of course, look at the Patriots today. 5 trips inside the red zone, 3 field goals, 2 touchdowns. The Jets 3 times inside the 20 today, and all 3 led to only field goals. 2nd and goal. Here's Watson, and he is swarmed by 3 Jets, including Vilma, Rhodes, and Coleman. So 3rd and goal coming. Of course, even a field goal here would be huge. Make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, you know, that's why I'm actually a little curious to see this play call. If you throw it, you think it'd be very safe. I really expect the run. And of course, if it's a run, it's going to be Tom Brady, since there's no running backs with him.
Troy Brown back in the game. Now Falk will switch back, flank the quarterback. Brady redirecting. 3rd and goal from the 7. Jump pass has Falk. Touchdown. Touchdown, New England.
What a drive by the Patriots. That time they get up there, they're trying to confuse everybody. Kevin Falk sneaks out of the backfield, and the receivers going inside. They almost pick the Jet players, and they're not able to get out there and cover it. That time it was Eric Smith who had Kevin Falk out of the backfield, but he had to run through 2 receivers couldn't do it. That allowed a touchdown pass.
Say Kerry Rhodes was shaken up. He was hit trying to blitz by, I believe it was Stephen Neal. And now Gostowski comes in. Add one more. Raise the number to 30. That is for the third time today. A beautifully executed drive by Brady and the Patriots. 13 plays, none longer than 13 yards, all the way down for the score. Well, this latest drive for the end zone, 13 plays covering 63 yards in over 6 minutes. They have had 3 drives today that have been pretty special. 10 plays to open the game, 65 yards. A 15-play drive covering 80 right at the end of the second quarter, and then this one. And Miller, even though he's 4 yards deep, he's going to run it out. And Larry Izzo with the stick at the 23. Well, they fire another salvo. Another old reliable for the Patriots. Falk finds the end zone.
Mountain Cold Refreshment, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Let's look at that touchdown throw. Here is Eric Smith. Kerry Rhodes is going to blitz. Kevin Falk sneaks out. They think by the blitz they'll keep Kevin Falk in. He's not. And Eric Smith cannot fight through 2 receivers to get over there. And Tom Brady, as you said, Jim, he threw the old Joe Cap jump pass. Wasn't much of a jump pass, but he tried for the touchdown.
A little elevation there.
But again, ready for the blitz. That was the key for the Patriots.
5 minutes remaining. Down 2 touchdowns. Pennington pass not ever ruled a completion. Didn't come down with a Cotchery mixing it up with Mickens, who had a hand in there and knocked it loose.
That was good defensive play. Look at Cotchery, just goes up again. But Ray Mickens, over his career, he has been one of the best inside cover corners that I've seen. That is a special talent, and he's done it for the Jets, did it for Bill Parcells, Dallas Cowboys, now the New England Patriots.
Drafted by the Jets back in '96. Now with the Patriots. And Pennington picked off. It's Asante Samuel inside the 10 and on in for the touchdown. He's done this against Pennington before. Actually, it may have been, it was Testaverde. His first touchdown happened against the Jets, picking off Vinny, who's now a member of New England.
Well, how about that, Jim? 10 during the regular season, and now he gets 1 during the postseason.
And he didn't make the Pro Bowl. The 10 interceptions. So 2 touchdowns in 22 seconds, and look at Belichick.
Well, Bill Belichick, during practice, turned around and looked at us and said, I'm interested to see how this game goes. I think they were confident, they were prepared, and they were ready to play today.
And they are on their way, it appears. Up 21. You know, Asante had a touchdown last year in the wild card round.
Top of your screen. That is tough for a quarterback. Chad Pennington sees Asante Samuel with his back to him, so he lets the football go, and as you let it go, oh no, he turns around and sees it and makes a play on the interception and scores a touchdown.
Well, he's had some season, as the secondary again this year has been patchwork. That tell you a little bit about Bill Belichick? You said it though on Friday. Just watching the practice, you saw something about this team that said they knew that it was evolving at the end of the year, and they were very confident.
Well, there's 2 things. Tom Brady, he's excited. He is an emotional player, and he lets it out. Calm and cool when he's playing quarterback, but the touchdowns, plays like that, he shows his excitement. But Jim, 2 things. They thought they were more prepared for the blitz this time, and everybody talking about Tom Brady. So the Jets, very scrappy, played it tough, but consistent. Good play by the Patriots finally won out for him today.
This one picked up by Baker. He'll lateral it back to Miller. And runs into several Patriots, including Evans. Got the Subway postgame show coming up after this with JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. Highlights of the game. All the latest playoff news and information coming up on the Subway postgame show.
You know, you go back to the beginning of the game. We talked so much. I know I've just wore it out. But the offense, what they've done, they've handled it. And what are the New England's defense? We want to get on Chad. We want to try to tip a few passes. You think those tip passes weren't big today in the outcome of this? The little things we don't pay attention to a lot of times decide who advances in the playoffs.
They've had those tip balls scattered throughout this game. And now Pennington's going to be dropped. It's Banta Kane with the second sack of the day. And that one loses 13 for the Jets.
You know, you look at this score, 37-16, and what comes to your mind? It's misleading. This game was right there, and then in the moment of truth, the Patriots just put together a tremendous drive to seal the victory.
And put together the 6.5-minute drive that broke their spirit, and then the interception return that broke open the game. With 4 minutes and change to go. 2nd and 23. Pennington escapes, gets it to McCarron's, and Chad Scott drops him at the 30. Vince Wilfork in the face of Pennington when he threw it.
Yeah, Chad Pennington wants a face mask. Somebody hit him in the face mask, but Bill Vinovich was behind him, did not see it.
Third and 11. Got to get it up to the 42 for the first down. Lobs it middle. Samuel almost had a second interception. Intended for McCarron's. And the Jets will go for it here on 4th down. And Samuel ran back a leftwich pass last year in the wild card round for a touchdown. Again, had his first touchdown. He was a rookie for the Patriots when they picked off Vinny Testaverde early in the 02 season. Ran it back. 4th down. Pennington sets the feet, fires it, has the first. And that's Cotchery with the catch.
You know, when you get a corner that's playing as well as Asante Samuel is outside, and he's had a terrific day, it allows you to, all right, when you need it, you can take a chance on defense and put more pressure on him. And not many teams can do that in this day and age, the way offenses throw the football.
Open, McCarron's pulls it in. And hit at the 37. McCarron's described to us last year by Chad Pennington almost Spider-Man-like. The willowy way that he pulls it down and physically plays that position.
Well, they showed it on that last play.
And a first down at the New England 37. Look up, Coles. Nope. That was down the left sideline with Sanders back. Hobbs as well. Pennington with a 300-yard day, but a touchdown and one that goes the other way.
We look at the Patriots. What have they done today? Well, they've played well. There's no question about it in a lot of phases. But defense, tough to score against. Tom Brady sharp. Wide receiving core looks like they really are starting to identify everybody's position, what they are. It's going to be interesting next week watching them play San Diego.
Boy, is it. Pennington. Big heat. And almost into the arms of Brewski. Colvin was all over Pennington. Colvin. A little chatter. Pile driving Pennington.
Ooh. That, well, you can get roughing the passer here when you drive the quarterback into the ground and fall on top of him.
3rd and 10. We'll have another go of it on 4th down.
Tell you what, Chad Pennington's hung in there all day.
All year.
Well, that's right, all year. You said it, comeback player of the year. He is, once again, he is the face of this football team. He took it over. He will, you know, really what he does, he just wills himself to be the player, the leader, the quarterback, whatever you want to say.
Pointed out to us, the Jets did yesterday, 3 healthy seasons, all 3 playoff seasons, and that will end that drive. Richard Seymour twisting him down, and that defense gets quite an ovation from the coach.
Obvious passing situations, tough for a young line. The Brickashaw Ferguson, what a year by him being a rookie, and outstanding is the word that comes to my mind. You think about a rookie left tackle. What pressure, and he came through for the Jets.
Listen, I know how much the mentor wanted to beat the protege today, but that's about as expressive as you see Belichick, unless it's the last game of the season and they're about to receive a trophy. He has really enjoyed this performance in the late going as his team is moving on to San Diego next Sunday in the divisional round. The AFC playoffs will continue next week. We'll have Indianapolis and Baltimore, and San Diego hosting New England, with the NFL today handling all the pregame activities. 2-minute warning in Foxborough. It's a cold case without a trace tonight on America's most watched network. 3rd down and about 4 coming up, and boy, the excitement about the games next week. You got the Colts going back to their birthplace in Baltimore. You got San Diego and that sensational regular season Marty's team put together. But now they got to take on New England, which is looking like the Patriots of all these other postseason years.
Yeah, but don't forget this. San Diego's been out there waiting.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for this playoff game. That city, the bye week, they're going to be anxious. And emotionally, the game is going to be turned around against the Patriots. And the Patriots will be the team going out there going, we got to withstand the opening surge by the Chargers.
And again, will be the anchor game of the weekend. Maroney has the 1st down, and we're just a couple of kneel downs away from making this one official. And again, the Subway postgame show is coming up. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, their thoughts on this game. We'll hear from the Patriots. All the latest playoff news coming up. Get ready in Studio 43 there, Eric Mann and Bob Matina. To come in your way shortly. And Brady comes out, and look who gets to be put into the record books. Vinny Testaverde gets a snap. Last week, throwing a touchdown pass in a game for the 20th consecutive year. A hug from his son. Bill Belichick's moving on to the divisional round. Was I right about how expressive he was? This one, you could just see how much this one meant to him.
Oh yeah, they felt the pressure. Eric Mangini down with the Jets. How they lost last time. This was a big moment for the Patriots to prove where they still are.
Let's check this moment. People get out of his way. How about that? This time a hug. This time a hug. After 2 chilly meetings at midfield the first 2 times this year, this time it ends quite differently.
Well, there's no question, Jim, the respect they have for each other, that's evident as coaches together and coaching against each other.
Patriots now earning a date with the Chargers next week. For Lance Barrow, Mike Arnold,